Hey everybody, I'm Rob.
And I'm Ruben.
Welcome into another episode of Rev Show, and we've got a very, very special surprise for you. What's this going to be all about, Ruben?
Well, this is all about the Bugs Bunny method of video selling, and it's with
Jeffrey Gitomer, the king of
sales.
Right. New York Times bestseller. We just did a massive webinar with him. Huge numbers on the registrations.
Yeah, I think there was 646 registrants to this webinar, so we almost broke Zoom.
Yeah, that's right. But we survived it. We did a great show. Jeffrey was fantastic. And this episode right here is all about what happened within those webinar walls. So
there's 120 slides, so don't get intimidated by that because it goes really fast and it's a really strong narrative about how to leverage video to sell more. And guess what? It makes it more fun. He talks about humor, he talks about relationship building, and most importantly, your best asset, which is you.
Talks about being yourself, be authentic. That's something that we evangelize here at Dubb, and Jeffrey does a great job at that. Enjoy this episode, and we'll see you on the other side.
All right, Gabrielle, you ready?
I was born ready.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. What? If you were to do a Google search on today's speaker, here are some of the key words you might use: dad, grandfather, writer, sales expert, Hall of Fame speaker, pioneer of online training and e-learning, creative, branded, real-world, edgy, entertaining, and one of a kind. He's the author of 12 best-selling books, including The Sales Bible, The Little Red Book of Selling, The Little Gold Book of Yes Attitude, Customer Loyalty is Priceless, and his latest book, The Sales Manifesto. Jeffrey's books have been on major bestseller lists more than 500 times. Jeffrey has delivered more than 2,500 seminars to audiences all around the world. And he is here today to help you sell more, serve memorably, and earn to your full potential.
And cut.
Jeffrey's books will be available after his talk today. I might not be able to go to college if you don't get at least 2 books, one for yourself and one for your best customer. Jeffrey says that's called the sympathy close. Please help me welcome my dad, the king of sales, Jeffrey Gitomer.
Okay. Thank you for that introduction. That is my daughter, Gabrielle Gitomer. She's 13, but was 11 when that was shot. I got tired of people introducing me the wrong way. So I said, why don't I use video? Why don't I create a video of my daughter introducing me that cannot fail? And I literally get applause when that video is played. And I sell a lot of books in the back of the room, thereby proving that video is much more powerful than a CEO introducing me to a crowd. Understand that. All customers are a pain in the ass. They're cheap bastards and they pay their bills late. Now, if this is your customer, then you know exactly what I'm about to talk about. But they're also all of your profit dollars and all your sales. So you have to treat them in a new and different way. My question to you is, how are you making sure that they're loyal and not vulnerable to competition? And how are you creating a competitive advantage that attracts and secures new customers that will unlock sales for the next decade? In a word, video. I have used video since 1998. Video is the new way of sales life, but you have to master it to win. You look at the video production that I did from Gabrielle's introduction. We edited a lot, but you don't have to do it. I'm going to show some videos today that will blow you away at how crude they are and how easy they are using my Dubb. Dubb has changed the way I sell, literally forever. But before we get started, I have a major learning rule. I don't want you to say I know that. Rather, I want you to ask yourself, how good am I at that? In other words, you know you need a great voicemail, but yours sucks. Knowing versus doing is huge in this marketplace. You listen to it and you figure out a way to apply it to you. Whatever I'm going to tell you today has application. You have to figure out how that applies to you. Know versus apply. And I'm not going to teach you a bunch of stuff. I'm just going to help you. You have to teach yourself. I'm here to make you think. If I ask you how important thinking is, you're going to go, oh, Jeffrey, it's real important. Great. Then take out your calendar and show me you've made an appointment with yourself just to think, because you probably have not. Thinking is way important than selling. One sentence can change your life. My friend Tom Beal, a Marine, gave me that quote. I'm going to show you one sentence that someone sent me that changed his life. Instead of worrying about what you cannot control, shift your energy to what you can create. That is an amazing sentence. And I'm sure that each of you has some kind of sentence in your life, literally, that changed it. Now, my slides are not available. There'll probably be a replay of this webinar, but if you see something that resonates with you, just click your camera, click your photo, and that way you'll have it in your camera case. Click this. This is where I live. You don't care that I live in Charlotte, North Carolina, USA. So this is where I live socially. And I would recommend that you click this immediately because you may want to find me again. And our podcast, Sell or Die, that just celebrated its 3 millionth download. Unbelievable. What am I going to talk about today? Well, I usually use history to start my talks. So let's go to the first question. The origin of the swine flu. Where did that start? Not many people know. It started here. The essence of slides is laughter. If you can make the prospect laugh and think within the first minute of your talk, you win. Or you're going to spend the rest of your talk trying to recover because you're not that funny. And notice I didn't tell a joke. I used humor. Honk if you love Jesus. Text while driving if you want to meet him. That's funny. And your job is to make people like you and feel comfortable enough to buy from you using humor. The tout of this was the Bugs Bunny process of selling. And Bugs Bunny is the ultimate salesperson. Let me show you a couple of reasons why he is the best. The first thing Bugs Bunny did was greeted everybody with a question. What's up, Doc? And that literally started his movies. He also gave himself advice and then took it. Of course, I talk to myself because sometimes I need expert advice. He's also funny. Keep in mind, Bugs Bunny is funny. He reviewed his work. I should have took that left turn to Albuquerque. And this is how Bugs Bunny reviewed his stuff. He was always one step ahead of the competition, always. He could beat Daffy Duck and Elmer Fudd at the same time. And Yosemite Sam, to a point where people were smoking mad. Every once in a while, he would lose. Every once in a while. But out of 180 or 200 films, maybe 5 times. And Bugs did it all on video 70 years ago. How far ahead of the curve was he? Unbelievable character. If you can make him laugh, you can make him buy. That's Principle 8 in the Little Red Book of Selling. Let's talk about price objection and humor. Thanks for your call. I'm a little perplexed. I know you want a reduction in price, but you didn't tell me at the outset that you're a cheap bastard. So this is my recommendation. Let's meet for a cup of coffee. I know what you need. I know what we can do to help you get what you need. And I think that you're more interested in outcome than price. But if we sit down and chat about it, I believe we can come to an agreement that we will both be happy with. Talk to you soon. I made that video without any script. I just put myself in front of that customer and literally closed the sale. I swore at the guy. I called him a cheap bastard. He loved it. He said, yeah, you're right. I am cheap. But the bottom line was his perception of my value exceeded the price that he wanted to pay. Therefore, I won the sale. And I did it on a video, a 1-minute video. Keep that in mind because there's more like this. The theme of today is sell from your belief, transfer your message, and speak from your heart. Head is attached to price. Heart is attached to wallet. On a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being the worst, and 5 being amazing, I want you to rate your video excellence in the chat. And Darius, maybe you can talk to who's rating themselves a 1, a 2, a 3, or how many 5s are we getting? Because I don't think we're going to get a lot of 5s.
3 5s. Mostly it looks, someone said a 6. That's some confident people. We got mostly 3s and 4s, couple 1s. It's probably 3 average. Looks like a 3 average, but a couple 5s too.
So I'm asking you, what is your present video prowess? Put that in the chat. Are you a good conversationalist? Are you scripted? Are you having any kind of problems with what are the barriers that you're up against in video and conveying video to that prospective customer or that existing customer? What is preventing you from using more video? You know, I've used everybody's platform, literally everybody's platform. And when I found Dubb, it was like, it was nirvana for me. And I found a platform that I could use. It was easy. And I have this philosophy that video doesn't just wow, video wins. And I took the philosophy 1 slide further. Video doesn't just wow, video wins sales. And that's what you're hoping to do. You can get to the heart and the mind of the prospective customer using a video, just like I did overcoming that objection where the guy didn't want to pay my price. If you're going to be a video virtuoso, you better be video excellent foundationally. The statistic that blew me away is 97% of salespeople suck at video. What this means is you have a 97% strategic advantage, competitive advantage, just by getting good at this. And there are secrets to it. And before this little webinar is over, I'm going to give you every one of them. If you've ever done a video, replay it. Your video will show you every flaw and every good piece that you have. You coach yourself by looking at your own videos. When you make a Dubb video and you review it and you like it, you send it. If you don't like it, you don't send it. So my question to you is, how do you sell right now? Are you going in and using a bunch of slides and doing it the old-fashioned way, putting yourself in a deficit position immediately? But the pandemic, or whatever you want to call it, has created heretofore unseen and unheard of sales opportunities, especially in video, because we have now become accustomed to Zoom and virtual and video. Video is the number one opportunity for you to master in this time and most likely for the next decade. Here's how. Video allows you to connect in a way that simple email cannot hope to match. It can be an emotional connection. You play that video, you can't read it in advance. You have to listen to the whole thing. Video sends a message that must be watched in order to get to the end of it. That's why I recommend you keep it short. So Jeffrey, what's the prowess process? I'm glad you asked. Let's go through it. I'm not going to tell you what to do. Rather, as an expert, I'm going to tell you what I do. And I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars in sales using Dubb video. These are the elements of a compelling video message. Get them down. Grab your pen. Grab your camera. Here goes. Who am I and what's my message? That's what you have to define for yourself. Who am I going to send this to? Who's going to receive this message? And what's my expectation for them? Then I want to know, what's my hook? What's the attraction of me? Why would someone want to click after my video is done? In other words, what's my offer? And when I give my offer, I need to have the all-important call to action. And then I'm going to take all of that stuff and say, okay, what is my perceived value? How am I transferring a perceived value to a customer? Not a value proposition, a perceived value. What's the strategy for this video message? It's important that you have a strategy or there's not going to be a great message. What's the situation both for you and your customer and the marketplace? If you know the total situation, now you can discover what is the opportunity that I have. And then finally, you want to ask yourself, what do I want the outcome of this video to be? If I know the situation, the opportunity, and the outcome, now I can start to do the main piece.
Hey, I'm Jeffrey Gitomer. I authored the Sales Manifesto, and right now, I'm in my comfort zone. I wonder if you're in your comfort zone, huh? I wonder if your competition is kicking your ass because you're in your comfort zone, thinking you know everything. And I wonder if you've read the Sales Manifesto or studied it or tried to turn it into action to turn into money, and I'm gonna be in a city near you. I want you to attend my seminar so I can teach you how to kick their ass.
That was an impromptu video that I did one day in my living room, and it went nuts. Thousands and thousands of people have watched that video and bought my Sales Manifesto. Video wins. It creates a transferable message that other people can go crazy with. Now it's time to write the script. Now you understand what the entire scenario is. Write yourself a little script. And the coolest part about Dubb is when you write the script, you import it into your Dubb account. It's going to amaze you. You can do it on your phone. You can do it on your laptop. It's unbelievable. It'll scroll automatically. You can scroll it manually. It's unbelievable. Now there's a secret, and this is a huge secret. You send the video and you attach a proposal. You send a video and you attach an email, not the other way around. Don't say attaches my video. Send the video. So I'm going to give you some ideas for when to use video, and we can pop through these quickly, okay? As a follow-up to a proposal that you already sent. Just click right through them. Opportunity is knocking. You're not answering the door. I don't understand it. You got an email saying, hey, you can now register to certify yourself at our certification program at the beach, and you haven't done it yet. Like, what are you waiting for? People are doing it right now. There's only 60 seats. This is the time to strategically hustle. Commit yourself. Commit for yourself and invest in yourself. Now is the time to certify yourself. 1 minute. I try to make my videos a minute or less. Give a helpful idea. Give information that favors the customer. Maybe request a lunch meeting. Maybe offer them a referral. Giving them a referral, not asking for one. Maybe just solidifying a shipping date. Maybe close the sale and thanks in advance. But always thank them for your business. Always, always. Those are a few things. Here's some more. Maybe a cold introduction and add humor to it. Maybe connect after a networking event. Hey, Bradley, it was really nice talking to you today. I know I promised you a couple of things. They're going to be in the email this afternoon by 3 o'clock. Excuse me. And I'm looking forward to having coffee with you on Thursday. Now, the reason I put that in there is your videos don't have to be perfect. I coughed in the middle of the video. They go, oh my gosh, you coughed. You know what? Doesn't matter. The guy was there. The guy the guy got my email. The guy met me for coffee and the guy gave me money. He didn't say, you know, you coughed in that video. No one cares. No one cares. It can't be sloppy, but you can have a flaw. You can be human in videos. You can set expectations for a meeting. You can say, hey, I have an idea that I want to share with you. Who doesn't want an idea? I have 28 slides I want to share with you. Nobody wants that. Good morning, Bob. I came up with a great idea this morning, and I know that it will help you. I'd like to talk to you about it sometime today. If you could just click the button and reply below, tell me exactly what time you're available, I'll make myself available. See you soon. Impromptu, done. Maybe send a proposal. Maybe thanks for the referral or the repeat business or the testimonial. But all of these videos build relationship. They're all an effort for you to get closer emotionally to your customer. That's the key, emotional closeness. So my question to you is, how do you intend to use video now? And I've given you a bunch of stuff. Put in the chat of how you'd like to use video. You craft a message, you make it with emotion, and you send it with purpose. But to take a minute and put stuff in the chat so that people can see it. I want to make sure that there's enough time for the audience and I to chat, any kind of questions that you ask. But when you shoot your own video, you look at it and you go, you know, I don't like that. Shoot it again. It's free. It just takes a little bit of time. If you have a script, you never forget what you said. Do it with emotion. Do it with passion. Show me that you believe in yourself. Show me that you're there for them. And Dubb has something that nobody else has, the golden reply button. Underneath your video that you send on Dubb, there's a place for the customer to reply immediately. Let me show you what I mean. Hey, Mo, thank you so much for being at our event. We cannot actually thank you enough. We've gotten more positive feedback from people who liked other speakers, but we liked you. Jenny, what have you heard?
Yeah, your ability to combine comedy with life lessons is something that these people are going to remember forever. So you made a everlasting impact on them, and we are grateful. Thank you, Steve.
Please come over anytime. Our guest room is available half price, and I would certainly love to have you here whenever you want to.
Same. You're always welcome.
Thank you, Stevie. So Steve Rizzo is a professional comedian, and he sends back a "you're welcome" response. Let's look at his response.
Hey folks, Steve Rizzo here, early in the morning at my favorite gym with my early morning workout. And I was just thinking about what a wonderful time I had last week in Charlotte, North Carolina. I really had a blast. And if you like my presentation, and if you like my message, and if you like my brand of humor, you are going to love, absolutely love, my live streaming TV show on Facebook called Hey, I'm Talking Here. And the good news, it's live and it's on this Thursday, March 31st, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you can't watch it live, included in the email are two links, one for YouTube, one for Facebook. You can watch it anytime you want, but try and watch me live, join in on the conversation. I love you. I gotta get going. I gotta work on my body. Till then, enjoy the process.
So he sends a response of "you're welcome," but he pitches his own stuff. I love it. I totally love it. Classic Kenny Youngman joke. How do you get to Carnegie Hall? And he rolled down the cab, you stop a cab. Hey, cab driver, how do you get to Carnegie Hall? And the cab driver says, practice. If you practice videos 1 hour a day, every day, at the end of 6 months, you will be an expert. At the end of 1 year, you'll become a world-class expert. The more you practice, the better and more effective you'll become. Take a look at your video. If you don't like it, that's what your customer is going to see. Fix it before you send it. You gotta like it. In some cases, after a while, you gotta love it. Now is the time. So the guys at Dubb were all worried about the fact that I had too many slides. It was going to take too long. It actually took too short. If you go to this QR code, you'll be able to go to my website to see what our certification is all about. If you want to sign up for Dubb, it's real easy. Dubb.com/Gitomer will get you special treatment from the Dubb folks because they actually like me. But let's go to the next slide where your questions can now be taken. Now is your time, your questions. So let's look at that.
We had a whole bunch of questions, actually. I started answering some of them already. So at this point, let's go ahead. If you guys have more questions, now is the perfect time to drop them in. I'll kind of go back to some of the other ones here that I answered. Maybe you want to take a spin on it as well. Question 1, can I apply humor in a law firm?
Lawyers are funny. Just ask them. They send these bills out every month. I laugh at them when I get them. I think that lawyers who use humor set themselves apart. One of my best friends from high school is an attorney. He uses humor every minute of every day, and he wins.
Nice. Okay. Number 2, Larry Walters said, can you explain what you meant by sending the video first and then attaching the email? I thought the answer was it just means the video is the centerpiece of the email, right? Like you're sending the video.
Correct.
Got it.
You see the video first, and then you open up the attachment, not you see the email first, and then you open up the attached video.
Got it. So yeah, video is the centerpiece of the message. Include a little line of text there though. So technically you guys would need at least one sentence like, hey, Larry, watch this video. You're going to love it. Something like that you'll need there. But yes, video is the centerpiece. Okay.
And just say, play this first.
Right. Okay. Here's another one. Randall says, if it's the first time sending a video with an observation or idea, what length of time would you recommend for the video? It's a first time sending.
1 minute.
Right.
1 minute.
That's what I said. I said, if it's cold, you want it to be as short as you can. People's attentions are very short. And when you respect that, they're going to respect you as also. So short.
And you can tell them the whole story. Like I've recommended for years that you leave half a message and hang up on a voicemail. Hey, this is Jeffrey, 704-333-1112. I was speaking with a couple of your biggest customers yesterday. They were talking about you and they said, and you hang up. And that guy will call you back in 2 seconds. So you can do the same thing on a video. Make it fun, make it easy, and make it response oriented.
Nice. Okay, here's a good one. When is it better to make a phone call rather than the video? Is phone better than the video for cold outreach? My response was send the video, then call them about the video you sent.
That is correct, Darius. I would send a video as an introduction and tell the guy, listen, I don't want to just call you. I want to earn the right or earn the respect to talk to you. I have an idea I'd like to share with you. Hope you take my call.
Nice. Yeah. So we always recommend that omni-channel, right? If you have their cell phone number, you got their office number, you got their LinkedIn, their email, get in front of them, right? That's how everyone else does it. You got to get in front of them in any way you can, but provide value, do it right.
Yes.
Okay. Here we got a whole bunch more. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, actually, let me go up to the top here. Okay. Does production quality matter? What's the best background to use for business?
I use a real background, so there's nothing disappears. I'm sitting at my desk right now, very relaxed. You can see part of my life behind me. I think it's the best way to do it. I don't need to show a picture of palm trees in the background unless they're real.
Right.
Be proud enough of what you have, but have a background and take your laptop and put it at eye level. Don't put it on a desk where people are looking up your nose.
Yeah.
Be aware of your surroundings.
And the other part there, Tom, does production quality matter? So that's a really good question because Jeffrey just showed production quality. It can be super simple. We call them shaky selfies or something, right? You're just on your cell phone doing a little selfie video, literally zero production quality. Actually, we have another guy. Lots of people say, selfies will kill it. It's about the message. The production quality has very little to do with the delivery and the effectiveness
Right,
of it.
unless your internet speed is so bad that it buffers, then it's annoying.
There you go. Yeah, if you're on terrible internet speed, then anything on the internet's a bit of a frustration. Okay, so here we go, Greg. So I have an amazing financial product that I really want people to find out about. I want them to come to my webinar. How long should it be? Any hot tips? He wants to do what you did, Jeffrey. He wants to have a killer webinar.
I just did 120 slides in 30 minutes.
Right, there you go.
I kept it rolling, and your job is to keep it rolling and have a bunch of valuable information and just a little bit of a piece, a little QR code, a little slide, a call to action, and then you win. But whatever I do in a webinar, there'll be a replay. So you'll get a link in another day saying, hey, if you want to watch this again, go here. And that, when people watch it again, I know who my customers are. I know who my prospective customers are. I'm going to win.
Okay. Tony wanted to know about the certification. He says, please explain the certification. Is there an actual certification? He wants to know.
Yes, you can get Gitomer certified. You come to the beach in South Carolina, which is hell. You'll be right on the ocean. And October 1, 2, and 3, there'll be 3 intensive days of certification. When you complete the time there, you'll get an award, a certificate. It'll be framed. It's gorgeous. But more important, you're going to be able to go back to your city and turn it into money. You fly into Charlotte, you pay the fee, you just use the QR code. It'll tell you exactly what everyone costs. We're cutting the fee in half for the first class. This will be our first certification class. It's limited to 60 people. I'm going to tell you to sign up. It's already half sold.
Do we have the link here? I know we had the QR code on a slide earlier, but
Gitomertraining.com/certify. Am I allowed to put stuff in the chat?
Yes, you should be. I'm testing that link right now. I'm going to put it in and make sure it's the right link. Gitomertraining.com/get-certified or
Gitomertraining.com/certify.
And then we just share the QR code. So we'll get that link in the chat.
Okay,
cool.
I actually got a question from Scott, and Scott was asking, how can we do a better job using Dubb, sending videos via LinkedIn, email to cold prospects, the frigid ones, those ones in the tundra.
The best way to talk to a cold prospect is stop selling and start value send out. Value message, not value added, but a value-based message. Something about, so if you're connecting with lawyers, talk to them about client retention. Don't talk to them about how great your research company is. Put yourself in their shoes. What kind of message would they like to hear that helps them? If I'm a car company, do I want to say my car's at $1 over invoice? Or here's 3 ways you can use your car to get more of a trade-in value. That's what I want. And if you want more information like this, just click the link and connect with me. Give me a reason to click and connect, a value-based reason. A cold outreach, if it contains a sales pitch, you're toast.
Nice.
Salespeople in general have no patience. They want to make a sale right away. They got a quota. They got a boss with a foot up their butt. Just relax, be a value provider, and people will actually call you.
All right, we got another one from Anthony here. Cold outreach on LinkedIn. Is it a good idea? Do I need to send a connection request and then send a video after? Or is it better to attach my video link inside the request? I was going to say, I have one thing, which just real quick, and I'm going to let you go, is half of connection requests aren't really read anyways. Like a lot of people, they'll never get read because they won't ever look at them, or they'll just click accept, or they'll just click deny. And then whatever, there's a small percentage of people that will take a close look at every connection message. So I personally would wait to do a custom video after the person is connected. That's my best
But
advice.
not a sales pitch, Darius.
Right.
I'll give somebody the grace of connecting with them, and then 2 seconds later, I get a sales pitch.
Pitch.
I don't want that. And if I don't reach out to many people to connect, but my message to connect is link me. That's my whole message. And everyone links. Now, granted, I have a different reputation than most people, but they link me. But I'm going to challenge you that if you're going to use your LinkedIn connection base for some kind of sale, then you better be a value message provider. And video is the best way to do that.
I have a quick story I wanted to share. I was coming back from a conference a couple of years ago, actually the HubSpot Inbound conference, and I was fortunate enough to be on the flight next to a LinkedIn executive. And I said, wow, what a cool opportunity to have 3 hours to ask all the questions that I want on LinkedIn. And it was a really unique thing. We ended up doing a podcast together. It was a really great experience. But I had one question for her. I said, LinkedIn does such a good job managing us and quote unquote putting us in LinkedIn jail if, you know, people in different cities or overseas are logging into our LinkedIn accounts and sort of helping us manage stuff, you know, because it has all sorts of security precautions. But what it does not do is that it does not police or monitor the amount of messages that we can send from a sales perspective. And we all know what this means. If we look in our LinkedIn inbox right now, it's going to just, the list goes on of sales pitches. So it's like the Wild West in LinkedIn, the amount of messages that we can send out to people. And the funny thing is that what is the percentage of messages that are actually being viewed or opened or clicked? I think it's very low. So I think what we need to do is we need to really do a better job ourselves, knowing that this is a completely open environment, and we need to make sure that we're being value focused, that we're not being salesy, that we're not being aggressive. Just because we can send a message in LinkedIn doesn't mean that we should send one. And if we are going to send one, let's make sure it's value oriented, not something that's going to get ignored.
All right, let's hear, moving right along. Corey, should you preface the video message with the phrase, hey, I just wanted to send you this video, ...
I wouldn't. I would just talk about it straight out.
Right. It's sort of like when you start an email, hey, I just wanted to write you this email because, or you would just go into
I'm just checking in.
Yeah.
I'm just checking in. Like, go away.
Don't
I don't
do
want
that.
something checking in.
Because by the way, if you guys do that, you write just checking in, just following up, you write that as the first line of your email. That's what they're going to see in their inbox before they even open it. It's going to show them that preview text that says just checking in. And they're probably going to say, okay, well, I'm just deleting this because I don't need you to check in.
Because you're just an idiot.
Right. So
never use the word just. Never use the word just. Just eliminate it. It's an adverb. You don't need it.
And then so with your video, it's the same sort of ideology. Just probably go straight into the message. Save the time, a couple extra seconds.
Yep.
All right,
Okay.
a couple more questions. Jimmy, does Dubb have a scheduling booking system? Yes, we have calify.me. We built that. If you go to the calls to action in the calendar section, you will see that there is a link that you can go ahead and sign up for an account. It works very well. It integrates nicely. Please email support@dubb.com if you need some help with that. Joe, Janice, can we see an example of a cold video outreach? So Jeffrey, if you want to do a mock cold video, if you're in the mood to do that, we'd love to see that.
Sure. If I was doing a cold outreach, I would simply say, Bob, we don't know each other from a sack of potatoes. My name's Jeffrey Gitomer, but you don't really care about me unless I can help you. I have an idea. I've done some study in your business, and I think that this will provide you with value that you're looking for. All I'm asking you to do is click and join me. I don't tell them what it is. I dangle the carrot. I give them a cliffhanger ending and ask them to reach back out. Most people will.
This is one of my
strategies. You're not going to get all.
I was going to say, this is my strategy as well, is you don't tell them every single thing that you would tell them on a sales call or in that thing. Right. The idea is to get them interested enough to want to take that next step, to want to schedule the call, to want to move forward. So that is a mistake that a lot of people will make, is they're like, hey, I'll just send this whole 30-minute sales presentation as a video. That is not what we're talking about here. It's the opposite of that. It's just breaking the ice in a much more interesting, much more different, more personal way. Only takes a few seconds.
And just make it fun. Just make it fun. You're making a live cold call.
We got an interesting one from Joseph. Says, Dubb uses a link to send videos. Is it better to send a direct video via social media? The reason we would say no in this case is there's no tracking. Anytime you're sending a video, like sending someone to a Facebook link or a LinkedIn post or a YouTube video, there's no ability at all to see if they actually watched it or not. You don't know if they watched it, clicked it, etc. When you're sending messages via Dubb, you actually get that reporting. You get to see exactly how much of your message did they consume, did they not consume. It provides a lot more intelligence for sales activities like follow-up and qualification.
And let me share with you something else about that, the value of that, knowing that they watched the video. If they watched it twice, that means they may have shown it to somebody else already.
Right.
There's a tremendous ability for you to understand where the customer is in the buying process by simply sending them a video and see how long they watched it for and if they watched it again.
I wanted to answer a question here, which is really great, is what about retail and e-commerce companies? Is humor a good fit for enterprise proposals, for example, or entrepreneurs? Well, here's my quick take on this. One of my favorite video salesmen is Ryan Reynolds. And what I love about what he's doing, here's a quick 3 seconds of this video.
Let's be clear, there's a full medical
Yeah,
team.
so he's got Steve-O here. He's got Ryan Reynolds here. We all know he has a Steve-O here, and they're actually doing a demo on a software platform called MNTN, which is basically a self-serve video advertising SaaS platform that he now has become involved in some capacity. And if he's able to have Steve-O from, what was that show called? Jackass?
Jackass.
Yeah.
What he's doing is they're eating ghost peppers. Actually, sorry, these are Carolina Reapers. And what he does is he gives a demo of this video SaaS platform eating Carolina Reapers, those very spicy chili peppers. Here's another one where he's using humor to sell his gin company, Aviation Gym. So I think that the takeaway here is that, you know, of course he's a celebrity and he's been in movies, but humor is applicable anywhere, everywhere. Everyone has humor. It's the common language, along with music, in my opinion.
Humor works, period.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. We're getting a lot of questions in here too. I don't even know if we'll have time to answer them all. Okay.
Come on, go for it.
Yeah. Okay. Josh here. Actually, okay. I'm trying to keep a respective time. So I look at the timestamps. This one's 11:34. Is it more okay to not use a script if creating a video of 1 to 15 seconds, or is it natural? Or if it's natural and you express it in your own words, I personally would recommend not to use a script if you don't need one. If you can do it without a teleprompter, that's always going to be better, unless you're like a professional newscaster and you get really good at reading from your teleprompter. I think it'll always be better to deliver it naturally. Go ahead, Jeff.
If you're a beginner, use a script to
Right.
teach yourself. You don't have to send that to the customer. Use the script until you don't need it anymore, and then start to record it ad lib. But you don't want to miss a point in your message, and the script will help you stay on point. Once you've done it 3 or 4 times, you can do it on your own. If you listen to a song and you like it, you tap your foot. After you hear it 5 times, you can sing along. After you hear it 10 times, you can sing it alone in the shower, in the morning, off key. So repetition is the mother of mastery. And your job is to make sure that you say it enough to where you own the message emotionally. If you own it emotionally, it's going to transfer. If you're reading it, I can tell you're reading it. But I'm telling you, the scripting program at Dubb is like none other I've ever seen. So I want you to make sure you try it with the script and see how you like it. It's so easy to do. And that way you never forget the salient points.
And I wanted to quickly, Jeffrey, give a shout out to you because, you know, one of the things that we do here at Dubb is we listen. We're all about that. You know, our product roadmap is 99.999% based on customer feedback and what our clients are looking to accomplish and achieve. And Jeffrey, I remember getting that text message from you saying, hey, how do we do this, that, and the other thing using the teleprompter on the Dubb mobile app? And, you know, I spoke to Jen as well about this. And we built it and we said, okay, what do we need to do so that people can have auto scroll, so that they can increase and decrease the speed of the script scroll in the Dubb mobile app? And we slowly and quickly built it out and deployed it now to all users. So a lot of people actually don't know that there's a teleprompter built into the Dubb mobile app. So I encourage you to make sure that you have the latest version of the Dubb mobile app. Click on the little script icon on the right. Add a script if you don't yet have one. You can do it through desktop. You can do it directly from your phone, but practice, repetition, repetition, repetition.
So let me put that into sales words. It works. That's the salespeople only want to know one thing. Does it work? Yes, it works. So figure out what to do. If you call somebody at Dubb, they'll actually help you. You don't press 1, press 5 into oblivion. There's people there that actually know what they're talking about and will help you. but I'm telling you my personal perspective. It works. If you watch the little video that I made to get into this webinar, it was scripted. I read the script, but it was my 4th or 5th time shooting it, and I kind of knew what was coming next so I could add my emotion to it. And we had hundreds of registrants as a result of that video.
646.
Got it.
And you could tell when you did that video, Jeffrey, and the big thing we talk about here is the authenticity of it. And when you know something through and through, you're not searching for the words. You're not searching for what you're looking for. It's dialed in, you know it, and it keeps you on point so you don't lose messaging.
Rob, I love what I do and I have fun at what I do. And if every salesperson would say, I love what I do, I have fun at what I do, rejection wouldn't mean anything. So I would cold call offices in Uptown Charlotte when I first moved here. And the guy would say, I'm not interested. And I would go, wow, that's great. I'm so glad you're not interested. It usually takes me 4 people that are not interested before one person will say they're interested. You are only my 2nd not interested this morning. Do you know anybody else that might not be interested? And people would just howl, because I responded back to them in a humorous way. That's all I did.
I love that one. Next time somebody says, I think we're going to go somewhere else, I'm going to ask, do you know anyone else that might want to go somewhere else?
Yeah,
exactly.
It's awesome.
Exactly.
Let me answer a couple. Let me do a quick little blitz here. Do you have a better response from sending videos directly from Dubb or sending Dubb videos from your email? So we encourage you to really A/B test this. A lot of people don't know, but you can actually connect your Gmail, your Outlook account directly through Dubb and send videos directly through Dubb on behalf of your email. So it's very easy to do that, but you can also copy and paste an animated GIF and then paste that into a body of an email. So you can do it both ways. If you're going to be doing bulk sending, we do recommend using your Gmail or Outlook integration for small lists. And then for large lists, using Amazon, SendGrid, some of our other systems as well. So it's all about A/B testing here to see what's going to work best for you. But most importantly, it's about what is your natural workflow? What works for you? Because you want to do something that's easy. You don't want to do something that takes a lot of time. So
the other thing with that, really quick there, is you'll always get the best deliverability when sending directly from a one-to-one email interface. So if you have a Gmail, your Outlook, you send directly from there because the email service providers prioritize that email higher than if it's sent in any other way. They said, okay, this is one person to one person at a time directly from the email client. So that'll always get the best deliverability. But sometimes if you need to send 100 emails, that's simply not an option. So that's what Ruben means too, by split testing, by taking it case by case. If it's one email to one person, I always recommend the email client. If it's more than that, that's when you'll look at sending directly in bulk options and things like that.
Here's the simple math from my perspective. If you're going to send bulk emails, your engagement rate, your conversion rate is going to be 1 over 10,000. If you're going to send personalized message, it's going to be 1 over 100. So you can figure out how much time do you want to spend. Do you want to spend less time on the production, on the sending, on the whole effort, and get much lower conversion rates with that big master blast that you send? Or do you want to spend the time to get much higher conversion rates? Either way, it's going to take you time, because I don't want to say it's a numbers game, but it kind of is in this case. Personalized video messaging is always going to win. We always encourage you to invest the time into making and crafting a really personalized message. Do the research on them, understand what they're looking to do, and make it personal. It works.
I was going to say too, we are coming up on the hour. It looks like we're getting more and more questions too. So I want to make sure everyone has the link for the next live training for Dubb, where we'll be in there answering questions live. All these questions, we usually do an hour every single weekday. So I'm just putting the link in the chat right now. That's what Jeffrey was talking about. You can come talk to us, our leadership, our team, and answer all the most technical, complex questions you have, just like some of the ones in here. Dubb.com/T to register for that training. So you don't have to be a Dubb customer yet, but right after today, why wouldn't you be? Sign up using Jeffrey's link and then come see us in the live training.
Exactly. Listen, I'm using it. I'm making thousands and thousands of dollars worth of sales. That's why I'm doing this. But there's a secret, and I'm going to give you the secret right now. If you go back and reread Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People, and How to Stop Worrying and Start Living, there's a common thread that runs through both books that is the two-word secret of success. Be yourself. And when you make these videos, if you add a little bit of emotion and a little bit of passion, your message will be transferable, believable, and responded to. That's the secret.
Be yourself. I love that. I put my LinkedIn URL in the chat. If you guys have any questions, send me a direct message. I'm going to go through every single one and personally answer. I'll send a lot of videos for those as well. So please consider sending me that message. There's a lot of questions we were not able to answer. I actually, while this webinar was taking place, I did sort of a blitz. Darius, sorry for blowing up your phone, but I just needed a place to put some notes.
You're good. I got it.
Here are, I'm going to quickly do this. And if you don't know about these, we need you to connect with us and ask Darius in the live training, dubb.com/T. Here are 7 things that you might not know that Dubb can do. Number 1 is to connect Facebook lead ads to your Dubb account, to your Dubb automation. So if someone fills out an ad on Facebook as a lead gen ad, which are those great ads where it's a little simple form, they can actually import that into your Dubb account and even trigger an automation. So that's possible. It's an integration with Facebook lead ads. Number 2 is the teleprompter using the Dubb mobile app or the website. We discussed that. Number 3 is a deep integration into HubSpot if you're a HubSpot user. The next one is to record multiple clips on the Dubb mobile app and then merge those together to create a visual story with multiple clips. You can flip your camera, you can add music and text and audio, voiceover. The Dubb mobile app is very powerful. The next is we have a Dubb desktop app. A lot of people don't know about that, but just like Zoom, we have our own desktop app and it's very powerful.
It works.
It works.
I use them all the time. I love it.
Yeah. And then the last one is to analyze your video communication using Kyra. Kyra is our artificial intelligence reaction assistant, and it allows you to upload a video, and then it tells you how persuasive, how empathetic, how much cussing you did, how much slang, how much jargon you did, how fast or slow you're speaking. So it's a very powerful way. It's kind of like a miniature Toastmasters without someone bothering you in a group or a crowd.
But there's no applause at the end and there's no ribbons.
Exactly.
But I can tell you that the other day, Ruben and I had some kind of conversation and he sent me the response to how many times I swore. I was like, oh my gosh. So I tried my best not to swear on this one at all.
Yeah.
Good job.
I personally crafted the swearing list that is in our database, and I think there's about 10,000 swear words in there. So we asterisk them out because we're professionals, but at the same time, it's good to be. This is about self-awareness.
I'm an amateur, so I will respect what you do.
Self-awareness, cool. Darius, what else? We're at the hours.
You know what?
I'm okay sticking around here if people want to stick around.
I know we want to do this again.
Yeah.
This is really good.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that we all join in and put our wisdom together because it works.
Yeah.
And the fact that I'm not just an expert, I'm a customer, I'm a user, and I'm a believer in the program. And if you're a salesperson out there and you're looking to make more sales and you don't use video, you're making a huge mistake. And is it awkward? Yeah, it's awkward. What's your point? So it was the first day you rode a bike, but after 2 weeks, you're riding no hands.
Imagine that first cold call again. How weird was that? How much panic and stuff did you have before that?
Just relax. It's video. You're going to have a good time. You're making your own movie. You're the star of your own movie. You can give yourself all kinds of credit. Just go do it.
Awesome. All right, here, let me go ahead. I'm going to reclaim host here. And
I love my last slide. If that's all, folks, come on.
Nice. Okay, here, Ruben, I'm going to pop you over as host as well. So now Ruben's the host. Cool.
Nice. Well, Jeffrey, listen, I wanted to personally thank you for all that you do. You've spent so much of your life and so much of your career providing value to people, writing books, doing videos, frankly, giving away free information. And, we appreciate you. We really do. Because for a lot of us, it's hard to get stuck out of our mind. How can we be funny? How can we overcome the discomfort of being on video? How can we have the audacity to say that we're a public speaker or that we're an influencer, or that we have the right to put something on LinkedIn or YouTube in the form of a post or a video. So thank you for helping us get over ourselves and just to laugh and just to put ourselves out there and to be ourselves.
Relax. It's not, this is, if sales is not fun, get a different job.
Yeah.
Right. Cool. All right. Well, let's see here. Ruben, do you want to hang out for a little bit longer and ask some more questions?
I'm okay. Yeah, if you're okay, I'm cool. Jeffrey, how are you on time?
I'm good. I gave you extra time.
Okay,
Right.
cool.
I have all the way to, I have a hard stop, I think around 3:30.
Okay, got it.
That's my time though.
Okay, got it. So, Raphael, hi friends. Can we add editing features such as music and video speed to the desktop version? That's cool, Jeffrey. I want to know what that is. Okay, here's the deal.
It's Angus Young in my fig pin. It's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll.
Oh, nice. AC/DC. Very cool. Very cool. I was going to say, you know, Raphael, one of the things that we haven't done, and it's very intentional, is that we haven't created, you know, Adobe Premiere in Dubb because there's so many third-party video editing apps. And, you know, if YouTube's not doing it, probably we should not be doing it because, Frank, it's really two things. Number one is that there's already technology that's out there to do a lot of very intense video editing. And we're never going to be able to build enough features to appease and to make people happy with video editing because that's not what we do.
It's not that, Ruben, it's not that difficult. Just send a video to somebody. I coughed, I wheezed, I blinked.
Exactly.
And I put that in on purpose because it worked. I have not sent one video. I have not sent one video that did not get a response. Not one.
Yes. Exactly.
And so, you know, I could have shot it over again. I just said, the hell with it, let's see if this works. And it worked.
It's a philosophical thing that we really believe in, is that the best thing that you can do is to take your message, to take your voice, to take your face, to take your ideas, your passion and your wisdom, to grab your mobile phone, grab that Dubb mobile app, grab the webcam, grab your Chrome extension, and to click record and just to send it. In fact, click record is my book. I wrote a book about this, you guys. It's not about editing, it's about recording and it's about sending it, you guys. So yes, we're hypocrites because we edit and we have a full-time editor on staff, but it's not necessary. In fact, our best performing videos.
There's nothing wrong with making it better.
Yeah.
There's everything wrong with not doing it.
Exactly. One of our clients, he has a famous quote that he tells us is, your imperfect video is better than the competitor's video that doesn't exist. Darius, did I say that right?
And it's better than your competitor's perfect email, which I don't even read anyway.
Yeah. So what else?
Well, for me, video is an exciting new frontier. Video on the internet, where you can record and send, is about a decade old. So I want you to think about, where was the radio when it was 10 years old? Where was the phone when it was 10 years old? Where was Chevrolet and Ford when they were 10 years old? And the answer is, video will only get better and more sophisticated, but get in on the ground floor. Master the concept now, so that when something new comes out, when Dubb improves to the next thing and you can think a video or whatever the next advancement in technology is going to be, because AI will definitely play a role in it. But master it now so that you can be the leader. Master it now so that you can get the message out before your competitors do. The playing field in sales is level based on what has happened for the last couple of years. Jump out in front. Take your competitive advantage. The 97% of people that suck at video will all be your victims. They're your competitors. Step on their windpipes when they're down. Send more videos. Piss off your competitor to a point where they hate you, because that means you're winning.
And we hear all the time that when people get videos, you know, in their inbox and they see the smile,
they watch them.
They click on them and they watch them and they go right to that conversion page, the conversion environment that we talk about with actionable videos, and then they book or they buy right there.
Dude, if it were me, I would go for an apple a day thing. I would make 1 or 2 videos a day. That will give you 500 videos in a year. if you take a 2-week vacation and take the weekends off, you do 2 a day, it's 500 videos you'll have in your stack. Just shoot them. What's the worst that can happen? Take 10 of your LinkedIn connections at random that you don't know, because most people don't even know who they're connected with on LinkedIn, and send it out to them. Put something up on Facebook. Do anything you can do to get people involved. Go on your own phone and start adding people to your Dubb list, your Dubb connection list, and make a couple of videos for them. Like, hey, I'm at my desk. It's a little cloudy outside. Be real. Be real.
That's something we talk a lot about, and Ruben and I talk about in Rev Show that we do here, is different strategies. And one of our favorite ones is the giving advantage, where we reach out, you give something of value, a nice piece of educational piece that really informs someone else, and you bring them into the process, and you do it in a way that's very authentic. And we try to say that the personal is the professional. Bring your personality to it. That's the power of it.
And yeah, speaking of Rev Show, there's an episode that we have with Jeffrey, which is a podcast recording. This is one of our featured videos right now. We encourage you to go to Rev Show by Dubb on YouTube and then search for Becoming a Video Sales Master with Jeffrey Gitomer. This was a tremendous experience that I had working with Jeffrey on the podcast, where he kind of gives it all. So this is a 40-minute watch, but I'm telling you, it'll change your life.
That was a good time too, by the way.
Yeah. There's this idea of sending a video is a lot more efficient and more effective than writing text. Darius says it best. He says, no one ever says, wow, that email that you wrote was amazing. It changed my life. Most of the times it's a video. Why? It's a connection. We can see the eyes. We can feel something. We can hear something. Yep. We can be motivated and inspired to do something. But you guys, it's so much easier to record a video and to email that, send that over SMS, send that over LinkedIn, versus crafting up that email. Because sending that email with a paragraph or 2 or 3 takes a lot of time, and a lot of us, we really care. We don't want to have typos or grammatical issues in there. But speaking, it's okay. It's all unique and different. And sometimes the fact that we're being a human actually builds that connection.
Totally. Let your underwear show. It's okay. Just not too much of your underwear. But the challenge is be vulnerable to make a mistake. It's not going to hurt you. It shows you're a human being, a real human being. I'm telling you, I put those videos in there on purpose so y'all could see how I do what I do. And every video that I played, I made sales. Every single video that I played, I made sales. And it's up to you as a new user or a semi-advanced user, just start doing it. If you did it 20 minutes a day, instead of watching some stupid ass show on Netflix, you'll be fine. You'll be uber fine. You don't need beer and you don't need Netflix to make a video. You need solitude. You need somebody to leave you alone for a while. And if you don't want to make a script, then just put 5 bullet point words that you want to cover in the video.
Yeah.
And you'll win.
I love that. Joe, Janice, you have a question. Would you say that Dubb is more for short form video? I'd like to record videos up to 10 minutes long and be able to repurpose them on YouTube. So that's a great question. So Dubb is very flexible. It can be used for short videos. If you are sending direct video messages, we recommend that those be 30, 60 seconds, maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes at the absolute max, right? But if you do want to use Dubb for more of a rigorous thing where you're actually uploading videos to Dubb, it's very possible. You can do that by the following way. Number one is you record your video with the Dubb mobile app, with the Dubb Chrome extension, with the Dubb desktop app, or the Dubb website. You have a pause button. You guys, the pause button, which is pretty much everywhere now, you can press it. You can take a break. You can think. You can say, what's my next bullet? What's the slide that I want to show? What's the next sentence that I want to deliver? Use that pause button. It is stressful to have to deliver a video without it, right? Once you do that, there's in the share and send button, if you go to social, which I can show in just a moment here, you can actually upload your video from Dubb to YouTube. So that means you can use Dubb as a YouTube recorder, which is really powerful because YouTube is, in my opinion, it's the final frontier of sales. If you can have a personality on YouTube and have people find you on YouTube, there's nothing more powerful than that, right? So use Dubb to be able to help you craft those videos and upload them into YouTube. It works really well.
I'm shooting for 100,000 YouTube subscribers so that I can get my red arrow plaque that I can put up on the wall I'm at 60-some thousand right now. So if you all could subscribe to my YouTube channel, it would make my 13-year-old daughter very proud of her old man that I have the same kind of thing as Charlie D'Amelio and other people that are famous for nothing.
So you guys go to YouTube, type Jeffrey Gitomer. You'll see his channel, Jeffrey Gitomer Sales Training Channel. Let's get this up. You know, he deserves.
How many
it.
subscribers do I have?
51.9 thousand.
That's nothing. Come on. I need to go viral, damn it.
Yeah, your most viewed video has 760,000 views. Amazing.
Ooh.
Amazing. Any more questions here? Reply with video. Yes, Scott Sullivan. Thanks, Sully. Thank you so much for saying that. Video reply. You guys go to your calls to action, go to your preset, make sure video reply is in both of those, and make sure it's a default thing that appears in all your videos. Why? Because when people, couple of things, Jeffrey, you've taught me some of this. Number one is that when someone sends you a video reply, it's the mecca, it's the ultimate connection.
They're in.
They're
It's
in.
a sale. The only thing while you're hitting the video reply button, please include your credit card number. That's all you have to. I mean,
So it's an
they want
ultimate
you.
connection.
And that pesky expiration date.
Exactly. And then the second reason is because you want to capture social proof. It doesn't matter what we say about what we're selling. It doesn't matter about what we're selling about our products and services. It matters what our customers say. Case studies, social proof, testimonials, these things are critically important. You guys are being very remiss if you're not collecting all those case studies, right? So send a video to all your customers, do it personalized if you can. Say, Jeffrey, I would love to get a video reply from you about your experience with Dubb. It would mean the world to me.
And it saves time.
Exactly. Or just say, listen, what are you using Dubb for the most? And how's that been impactful?
Yeah.
And and they'll tell you. They'll tell you. I love when something starts out with I love, boom. I mean, to me, the reply button is just south of genius because it allows the customer to immediately send something back to you. When I get one of those videos, I go nuts because I know I've won.
And the testimonial part is fantastic because it saves people time as well. They don't have to synchronously meet up. They can asynchronously send their video right back. It works both ways.
As long as you don't ask for it, Rob, you win. I think our next thing should be having this is part one of the series, like have part two be advanced video training where we show people how to actually set up their video and set their station. Because I have two recording places here in my office and they work. One I'm sitting down, the other I'm sitting a little higher up, but either way, there has to be a background and the background has to be somewhat interesting.
Yeah.
Not a lot, just somewhat.
Well, it brings you into the world. It brings you into the world that you're
It
currently
makes you
in.
human. It makes you human.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And training is key. And like Ruben mentioned earlier, Darius runs training Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. PST out here. And it's fantastic. First 10 minutes is all about the platform, run you through everything. After that, all Q&A. So it's just wonderful learning. And then you can apply that learning to what the stuff that Jeffrey's talking about as well.
All right, we're good to go.
Ruben, anything you want to add?
No, thank you guys so much. Massive amounts of gratitude. Darius, Rob, Ina, Jeffrey, all you guys in the audience. You guys are everything. So important. Thank you so much, guys.
Appreciate you guys. All right. Signing off. Can't wait to see you guys in the live training later this week, tomorrow, next week. Join.
Yeah. And then we'll be sending out a recording.
Right on.
Please.
Thanks, guys.
Bye,
See ya.
I'll be standing by for it.
All right. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching this episode. And as promised, we've got that special code. Ruben, it is?
So to get 50% off your first 2 months on the Dubb video sales system, use Gitomer 50, that's Gitomer 50 at your checkout. Dubb is such an easy way to create, share, and track videos across all channels to drive more conversations, connections, and ultimately conversions. And don't forget to use the link dubb.com/Gitomer. Thanks so much.
We'll see you at the next episode.
And also, if you enjoyed this content, please consider subscribing to this channel.
Put a like, put a comment, put a Dubb video. We love that when there's a Dubb video in there. But either way, you love what you're watching, we want to hear about it.
Thanks, guys. Bye. See you at the next one. All right, Rob.
Oh, all right, we got a joke? Oh, okay, what do you got?
Hey, Rob, what do you call an espresso with a cold?
A cold espresso?
A coffee.
Oh, coffee, got it. That was really good.
All right, and here's another one. On
Do
the
we have time
first,
for another one? Okay, go.
on the first, this is an hour-long video.
Oh, got it. Okay.
On the first day of my diet, I removed all the fattening food from the house.
Okay. What's
It was delicious.
I don't really get that one, but do you get that one?
Well, they ate all the food in their house.
Oh, so I didn't get it. Okay. See you later, everybody.